Hi guys, Mr. Johnny here. I just can't get enough of cheap Chinese audio systems. Here's another one for me to repair. This one is somewhat similar to the other one because it's a budget stuff, and if you look on the other side you may see that it is a Luxeon as well. But honestly, I do like how it looks better than the other one. I just for some reason prefer when it has this kind of grill cloth on the front. It looks a bit better in my opinion. So, I ain't gonna lie, I did take a look inside and mucked around there for a while. Trying to find what the problem is. So, I did that purely to save time, not to fool you, because I already told you that I did that. Anyway, the complaint is that first it was working right, then the transformer burnt out in it, supposedly. They gave it to the repair center in the... I don't know where. They gave it to the repair center and they replaced the transformer, and it was working fine for a while. Then it started behaving weird and did not... what did he say about this? Did not rock as much as it used to. So if we're gonna take a look inside, we see a board which again has these packages which are TDA 2030, and if we take a peek inside we see that this kind of Soviet style mains flex, which is more, it will be more appropriate to say mains stiff. And if you take a peek inside there, you will be able to see, hopefully, a transformer that does not look like a Chinese made transformer. So yes, they did replace the transformer. Let me close the drapes, maybe you will see it better. There we go. You can see it's a toroid. They even went to the effort of using a little bit of rubber on this side and on the other side to insulate it, so it doesn't hum, so it doesn't transfer vibration to the case and hum even more. So that's a nice touch, but the wiring is just rubbish. I mean, like, what the hell is that? It's a rat's nest. Anyway, the board. As you can see, the board does not, the packages are not bolted to the heatsink, because I took the heatsink off in order to get to that resistor. It's a feedback resistor. And remember I told you that the chap said that it wasn't working right, it did not rock as much. What I experimentally found is when I plug it in, I run it as a mono. Basically I supply the same signal to both channels. One channel is significantly weaker than the other one. This speaker, which is right here, tends to be the stronger one. The other one, which is connected via an RCA, which is exactly the same but just doesn't have the module on the back, that one is weaker. It will be kind of... can I show it to you? You probably can, but it won't make much... you won't be able to tell very nicely through the camera. So yeah, you have to trust me on this one. The one channel is weaker. And when I take a closer look at the chips, you can see that one chip has a different package to start with. This one is complete. This edge is completely square. right angle edge, that one is slanted a bit. This one is TDI 2030. That one is TDI 2030A, which is a bit different. Might be just able to see. The sun tends to blind you. There we go. And judging from the flux residue, which there was, but I cleaned it up a little bit on these chips, they had a rosin type flux residue, so yes, they did. Somebody did muck around here, and this was my fix. Because one of the chips, it had different feedback resistors. The feedback resistors are this, which is there, desoldered one leg because I checked it. That's a 43K, and another feedback resistor is this, 330 ohm. The other chip has exactly the same, but previously instead of 330 it was 150 ohm resistor in series with 220 ohm resistor, and that was tacked here with the help of a hot glue. So how do you fix that problem? Well, you find the input of the amplifier, which is here, these two resistors, and what I did is very simple. I just went and touched each end of the resistor and applied the same signal, effectively the same 50 Hz hum that I pick up as an antenna. One channel, this one, was significantly stronger than the other one, so it's not the tone control section that's doing something funky. So that rules out this section, so that makes it power amplifier, which is a culprit. That's why you see these resistors desoldered. So if you have that, you desolder feedback resistors and check them. It's not very likely that they will fail, but who knows. It's easier to desolder the resistor, one leg of it, than to desolder the chip and change it. Unfortunately, it was not a culprit. The resistors were alright, they were within tolerance. So what is the culprit? Is the chip itself, I think. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just desolder those and put two exactly same chips, and that will be it. Whether or not it will help, I don't know. Alright, I decided to give it, and I'll connect it up, power it up. I'm gonna go and touch those two resistors, those two. That's the inputs from the amplifier, from the tone control, and you will hear it's the difference. Okay, that's this one, and the other one will be this one, for it to be a bit more. You can see the resistors, right? So right now there will be the strong channel, this one, and the weak channel. And another thing, the chips, they do get quite warm, even at idle. I know it's a Class AB amplifier, of course. It will have some quiescent current, but it should not get very hot at all. And this one is a bit too hot to just sit around. So I reckon the chips are damaged, that's why they are not even, and they are heating up. A culprit for that might be this, a dried up heatsink compound. It's not completely dry, but it's not very nice as well. I will of course replace that, clean this off nicely, replace it with the good stuff, But that is after I replace the chips, which I again have to wait until they arrive, because I do not keep all the stuff in stock. I do have a few, but they are 2050s, which will drop in without any problem, but I decided to buy the exactly same replacement. So that's that, guys. Thanks for watching. See ya.